There you are. Good evening. It's Professor Shadow here for a Sunday night in the shadows with me, yours truly. Hope you're feeling amazing today. Amazing. What an amazing week it's been. So busy. I do like it when it's busy, but it obviously stops you from doing the things you really want to do when you're working so hard and busy, as I have been. And of course, last week was Easter, which is why I didn't come on Easter Sunday, because I decided to spend some time with the fam. Good evening to you. John is on and Jeanette is on. Welcome to this Sunday night in the shadows with me. Totally unscripted, totally unplanned, and totally going to go 100% wrong, and we're going to go off in all sorts of directions as we normally do, but make sure you come with us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Shelley's on. Good evening, Shelley. So great to see you today. See your name pop up at least. See your name pop up. Thank you for joining me once again. So great to see you all here on a Sunday evening. So, love to know. Yes, I was just about to say that. Jeanette read my mind. What did you think about the story, The Tale of Eliza, read by, as you know, her handle on here is TXBBY as Tubby, but of course her real name is Kyra, so let me know what you thought about that. Lots of nice comments. She's only 12, and I thought she did a really great job. So we kept the story short, so she didn't have to spend hours and hours going over it. But we kept it sort of 17 minutes long, so it's actually quite long. So 17 minutes long. Let me know in the comments, or maybe if you're watching at a later date, what you thought. She did. Her voice sounds a lot older. She was in the teens. She's almost in a teen. She's almost 13. Almost. She will be 13 quite soon. Not yet. I think the thing is, when we record on a program called Audacity, and you record it in, and then we put it in Premiere Pro, and there's an option in Premiere Pro. You just click it, and it's like, it says podcast voice. So where we watch the live back, I don't put this through the podcast voice. So you can listen to me here, and then you listen to it in when I've done it through Premiere Pro, and it makes it podcast. It really refines the voice really well. Sounds much better. So that's what we did with her voice. That's probably why it made her sound a little bit older. But yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it takes all the background noise and puts the correct bass to the voice and things like that. So just a one click, and it's really good. So a nice way to strengthen the narrative, strengthen your voice coming through, and take away all that background noise, which is really important. I mean, it's been many a time I've been recording. Obviously, we got cats running through and things like that. An important point, and you can just press a button and that takes that noise out, which is good. And you can see me here, and I'm always moving around. And I have this desk, and this desk, I push these two buttons, and it lifts so I can stand up. I like to record a lot more when I'm standing. I feel it gives you a bit more energy, but of course you're moving, so it can hear noise. So those type of, in Audacity and clicking that specific feature in Premiere Pro could really help the voice there. Really good. If anyone's interested in knowing how it's done, and it's so simple. It's literally click. You don't do nothing. Click, and that's what I like. It's hard enough to edit the videos. I really need someone to do that for me. That'd be great. Think of the amount of content we could get out if I had someone editing the videos. That'd be great, wouldn't it? That would be great. But then it wouldn't have the way I like to do things. So, yeah. Maybe in the future. But yes, so yes, she did put her story out. I thought it was really good. I thought it was great the way she did it. So don't forget what we got. Let me know. She did a voice sounds like older. Yes. Hi all. Interesting. Cool. Nice. Yeah. So that was like a little sideline that we put out. Please like and subscribe as you come in. Yes, please. Please do. Please like and subscribe. And please, if you haven't watched videos, let us go to the video section and find the ones you haven't watched. Watch them, be great. Find a caught alive with your professor. How are you doing, Carla? I am doing amazing, Carla. How are you doing? I hope you are so amazingly well. It's great to see new names. I'd like to say see new faces pop up, but I can't actually see new faces and see new names pop up. But yeah, it's lovely to see you all. See your names popping up. Forget, don't be shy. Please interact. Please ask any questions you like. I am an open book. I really don't care about much in life, so any questions you'd like to ask me. Sorry, your daughter looks like you. Your daughter looks like I think the image from the story is actually an AI generator. I didn't put Kyra in there, so that's a. She doesn't actually look like that. Maybe a little bit, but she looks a little bit different. Yeah, she's only 12, bless her. I thought she did a really good job. She was really confident. I mean, we work a lot, as many of you know. I work on developing confidence, and that is my specialty. So, my other job, as you like, and of course, we work with Kyra with this a lot, and I think it's really shown through. So yes, I was really pleased with that result, and I like that we did it a little bit different. We did it from the first person perspective, like she's literally telling you, it's her telling you. I thought that was a twist, an intriguing way to do it. More confident than me. I think confidence is, some people have natural confidence, but it is a skill you can learn. Definitely a skill you can learn. I would go into it, but it would take the whole live up. And I think it's a little bit of a different subject. But yes, I definitely think it's a skill that can be adapted and learned, because it is simply it's the way the brain's running. So yeah, I think she did a good job. Even when I'm in the current image, I still get nervous. Oh, we all get nervous. Everybody gets nervous, but it's how we deal with it, isn't it? It's how everyone would get nervous. I mean, you can have obviously have like these major singers or actors that go on the stage, and they always sound very nervous before, but once I get on there and use my confidence drills, that overcomes them. Yeah, I can see where that happens. I can see how that would work, definitely. And I've done the same thing before as well. I've had to be in front of quite large audiences and been very nervous, and worked through specific drills to overcome that. Which is why when 50 something, what are we here under live? What number live are we? Let me have a look. Let me just check. Bear with me 1 sec. Please bear with me 1 second. Live, whatever. So 52. So a whole year. Look at that. A whole 52 Sundays of going live. When I first did it, I originally started the channel as a faceless channel, as just using AI, but then that wasn't really my personality coming through. I didn't feel like I could get so one day I just went, I think it was the 3rd live or the 4th live, I just went, I'm just going live. Yeah, it's not an issue at all. Once you get used to it, things are pretty easy. Yes, so that's what we did this week. And of course, oh my goodness, I was forgetting so much since I last saw you. It's been so long. It's been so long. We also had these amazing videos. My goodness. Let me just get them up real quick. Real quick, what we had. We can't miss this. Let's share. Here we go. These. Of course, this is Kyra's one here. This was a great one. A little bit different, so a little bit less views, but it's because it's different. No problem. I did like the cover, though. I did like the cover. That image of that young boy with the black eyes. I thought that was really great. I really liked that. Found a new. I'm using the same software, but you put a different setting and it makes it look like an old film. So I've been using. May have noticed that in the images lately. This was just a preview of what we do, but this was the big one. This was the big one for me this week, and it was what part is that? 6. Part 6 of Ashes of Reality, and it was a big one for me. I spent a long time there's a part. Hopefully everyone's watched that. Give me a Y for a yes in the chat if you have watched part 6 of Ashes of Reality, Crimson Dawn. So I do know, but there's a part in that where this was my whole idea for doing this particular part, where she has that fight, that battle within her head. Does she save the pup or no? That whole bit that took me so long to do. I couldn't get it right. I just couldn't get it right. And then in the end, I finally got it right. It was so long. Professor Shadow, are you going to write a book? No. I have audiobooks. I do have audiobooks. I have one audiobook which I literally just put out. It's with Barnes and Noble, and it's the first part of Crimson Dawn. It's literally just gone out. So if you want a link to that, let me know and I can put it in there. I won't be writing books as such. I'll be doing audiobooks. I prefer that so much. Yes, so this one. It's glowed. This part, but I think I care about you. And with a shift of shadow. This was so good. My goodness. Look at that bit. That took so long for me to just get that little bit right. I kept going over it and over it and over it and over it. And yes, I finally got it, which I thought was a really good part. Really added to the power and lore of the story. That was a really great part for me. Yeah, did enjoy that bit. Maybe I enjoy these stories more than the people that watch them. I don't know. I certainly enjoy them. New alpha in the making. What is name going to be? I don't actually have a name for him. Just the alpha, because it's just this regal thing. So I have finished part 7. I've now need the audible part of part 7. I need to edit, which I'll do obviously like I normally do on a Monday or Tuesday. And I have been writing part 8, but part 8 is fighting with me. I finished it, I looked at it, and I didn't like it. I didn't like what I'd done. I had to go back and reset it and redo it. And I did it. I got to the end. I've redone it. I got to the end, and I'm looking out and thinking, I need to do it again. I'm not happy with it. And I'm not happy with it because it's a crucial part of this tale, and it needs to be perfect. I want it to be perfect because it's such a powerful tale. With part 6 that's just come out, I think part 6 was the most powerful part of the whole episode. So I really need this. Part 7's done. Just need to edit. Part 8, I'm struggling with. Good. Here we go. James, good evening, James. Welcome to you, my friend. Very good evening to you. And Thomas is on. Thomas, thank you so much for joining me. Part 6 was my favorite part. Ah, yeah, see, someone else agrees with me. Someone else agrees with me. You can put forward a name if you'd like. And I can pick one. I can get Mira to give the alpha a name. Definitely. If you'd like to put a name forward, bear in mind that it is going to be one of the most powerful alphas of all time. So as I say, part 7 done, in the bag. I listened, because I recorded it, and then I want to listen to it, and then what I'll do is I'll upload it to a site, and I'll go in my car and I'll go for a drive and listen to it. And I listened to part 7. I loved it. It was great. Part 8, I haven't recorded it, but I've written it, but it's not gelling with me. I had to scrap the first one, and then I've done it again, and it's almost right, but I'm not happy with it. It's got to be perfect. After part 6, I can't mess up after part 6. Part 6 for me was so good. So good. If I put parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into for example, a long audiobook, which is the plan, and do all 10 parts, if we get to there, it might be 9 or 10, I don't know. And then do it all in one go. I want it to be powerful. Yes, definitely. What do you think, everyone, about the name idea? James Jackson. Your daughter did an excellent job on it. Yeah, I thought she did really well. I think she did really well. Really confident. Very confident in what she did. Spoke really well. So yeah, I do with that. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to put the name, if you want to have a name battle, then we can do that right now, live, right here on Sunday night in the shadows, just for you. If you want to come up with a name for and I do like weird names, I must admit. As you may have seen, Veyron, Ilaria. Mira was an easy one for me. Mira because Mara. I just have to dig my mythology books out. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to think, put it in. I will happily add it. Like I say, it will be in part 8, because I'm not done with that yet. I'm not done. It's finished. I've wrote the whole thing twice, but I'm still not happy with it. Have you ever done that before? You created something, and the first ones are so good. It's just it's not gelling. It's not fitting, and it needs to be better than 6 and 7, because this is coming up to the finale. I already know the finale, of course. You will be twisted in so many ways. It will be so much fun. The thing is, we should have a Mira name the alpha, so it's going to be something, maybe not crazy. I don't know. But if you come up with a great name, I will get her to call it like a nickname. Yeah, for sure, just for you, because I like you so much. So what we got? Please, if you have any other questions, please throw them in there. I would love to answer any questions for you today. Like I said, I'm going to be working on the next parts now. We did do the one-off with Kyra, and we're back to work on the Ashes of Reality, because believe it or not, I already have a couple of new sagas I'd love to get dive into. I want to. It's crazy. This world is crazy. This YouTube channel is taking me places I never thought it'd take me. It's really making me want to create and create so much. So I have so many ideas I want to get out there. What if the alpha's name is Professor Shadow? What about Shadow? Mentalect. Hello. Hello there. Welcome, my friend. I'm a vampire ghost dragon. We know this about you already, Shelley. We know this. As you're soaring through the sky in your ethereal form. On the way to Burger King. We know that. We've seen you. And when you ask for the burger, it's always rare, very rare. Nice. Hiya, hey! Reinhard von Horst is here. Good evening, my friend. Lovely to see you. I'll see your name pop up. I always say that, lovely to see you, but all I can see is your name, because YouTube, for me, it just show like the little images that you have. So some people don't have images, just like letters. So the only face I can see is Mentalect. See his face smiling, which is great. J Dubs is on. Hello. From New York. Welcome, my friend. And Tubby's on. Good evening, Professor. Hope you are doing well. We are doing very well. I was just talking about your tale that you shared with us, and how everyone enjoyed it. So good. And now you're going to have to do some more. Good. It's lovely to see you all again. Like I say, it's nice to have a few people on here today. Don't forget, if you do have questions, I'm happy to ask them. I'll ask them as well, but I can answer them. I am an open book. God of lightning and fire. How do you say that? Zoloti? Professor, we spoke months ago. Did you ever check out the vampire series Kindred the Embraced? It's about 5 vampire clans. Probably not. Sorry. So many people recommend things, and I totally forget. What I'm supposed to. I will make a mental note of it. But once again, my mental is the only thing I'm really good at. Creating and helping others. Remembering things is not a strong point. Because my pagan name is Shadow Wolf. Nice. Jeanette Shadow Wolf Williams. Nice. I need that. Put something in the middle like that. So cool. There's a cool, isn't it? What's your name? Jeanette Shadow Wolf Williams. Excellent. So good. So cool. I have so many books coming out this year. 2 are horror werewolf stuff. Nice. By an elder years ago because of my love of wolves. Nice. Yeah, so I just had my audiobook published on Barnes and Noble and audiobooks something. So I want to see, it's the first one, and I want to see how well it does. And if it does well, I will put the entire series out there. But I have no expectations of it doing much. I've had a look, and there's so many books on there, or audiobooks on there already. So. Yeah, so let's just remind you what we do have coming up. And in the meantime, if you do have questions, please put them in for me. And we still are on the, shall we give this new alpha a name? If you do come up with a name, bear in mind it's given by Mira. Phelan means little wolf. I like that name for the wolf pup. I pray your audiobooks are commercial. Yeah, I think it's a long shot. I just wanted to put it out there to say, hey, I have one of my audiobooks published. But yeah, it's out there. It's out there. We'll see what it does. But this feels like Hidden Force is kind of behind the current alpha leader, especially. Look at this. It feels like a hidden force is kind of behind the current alpha leader, especially using. But he wasn't the one to use the Silver Fangs. The current, he who remains, he's the one that defeated everyone to now be the current king, if you like, to sit on the throne. And you're going to find out a little bit more. So you are sort of on the right track. But there is definitely something behind it, isn't there? There's definitely something. And it's going to twist you in so many ways. You're going to feel like you're wrestling with whoever the wrestlers are. Lupo. Wolf species. Draco. Stone Cold Steve Austin. There you go. I think is he still wrestling? I don't think so. Which wrestling? Although someone that I work with, or employ, I should say, is actually a wrestler, a show wrestler. Not a big show, but that's what they do on the side. Interesting. Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's an actor now, yeah. Yeah, I don't watch it anymore. I did watch it back in the day. Did enjoy it back in the day, at the golden era of Hulk Hogan and the Warrior. I did enjoy those. Did enjoy those days. I don't watch it anymore. Yeah, so we did have James, who was a little bit on the right track. So sort of on the right track. So don't forget, he who remains, who sits on the throne now, is one of many and the final. one that still sits there, that cannot be defeated. Came from nothing. No one knows where he came from. Just came. The ultimate power. Well, you will find out soon. Do not worry. You do not worry. You're going to find out. Everything, all will be revealed. So good. So good. Yeah, there's so much good stuff. I can't say too much, but it's coming. It's coming. Like I say, 7 is done. I just got to read it. 8 is 50-50. It's completely done, but I'm not happy with it. So I'm going to go back in and smash it and give it the Stone Cold Stunner to smash it up a little bit and come back. So, vamps, werewolves, goblins, witches, name any. Who's your favorite? Always been werewolves, I think. Always, and particular is the original, played by Lon Chaney, the Wolfman. I'm a huge fan of that film. Huge. So I really enjoy that film so much. It's not just the film, it's the atmosphere that the film portrays. Always been my favorite. Absolutely. Of all the Universal monsters, love Dracula, love Frankenstein, love Mummy, Invisible Man. Creature from Black Lagoon is one of my favorites as well. But the werewolf is just that. I think it edges it. I think it edges over everything. Yes. Every part of your series has been enjoyed. I find myself looking for the next episode every time I finish one. Love your work. Thank you so much, my friend Jay. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I try and get them out. The thing to do is not, because if you run YouTube, you can't put them out. When I first started, I just put one out every day. But all that does is it stops YouTube from putting the other one out, apparently. So now I try and delay it a little bit. And plus, I am insanely busy right now. Insanely busy. I should be doing many things. I've had to cut some work out, cut some certain things out of my life because my life is just too busy. So I've had to employ some people to take over some parts of my work. Yeah. But it does take time. Just a sandwich today. Did you manage to watch The Werewolves? I did have a quick look. I haven't watched it. I'll be honest. I know lots of people recommending things and things I need to do, but I'm just stacked. And like I say, I've even had to employ someone to take some workload off me. So I'm hoping that that's going to help. The artwork is getting better. Yes, I said I use this software, and when you go in, normally I use the cinematic artwork. I changed it to film. And now it looks like an old movie, and I really like that. That old movie type film. Let's get a bit up. Here's what I mean. Let me show you what I mean here. I think the beginning of the last story was a really good example. Like this. I mean, I really like that. The grading of the background. You know, the way that goes. I really like the way that looks. That is so good. Yeah. I like that. Yes, it's just a change on there. We get time to have a look. Yeah, definitely. I did find it, but I just haven't watched it. But I do have 3 weeks off soon. 3 weeks to shut down. Well, it's impossible to shut down. Impossible to shut down. But 3 weeks where I don't have to go and focus the majority of my time on work. So that will give me lots of time to watch the things I haven't watched. So yes. I will be taking my tablet with me when I have the 3 weeks off. So I probably will be putting, I can't just sit there. I can't just sit, impossible. So I will have to maybe create some light videos, light versions. Love one of your vids recently you had a pack of wolves moving in perfect synchronicity. Yes. The soft AI is getting so good. It's getting better every day. Every day we go past. There's some out there. I did play with some other ones, but I didn't use them. There's some out there that are just so good, almost movie quality, but too expensive. They're too expensive. I mean, I do predominantly make these videos for fun and entertainment. I make nothing off this channel. In fact, I could turn around and say I lose off this channel because I already have the software, so it doesn't cost me anything. So if I had to pay the software for this channel, I'd make nothing. So I enjoy making the tales, and I should imagine at some point it will get to a point where it does pay for itself, which would be great. So yeah, the AI software, there's some out there now that is just, my goodness, so good. I had to play with it, had a trial, and it was really good, but so expensive, too expensive for me. Yes, absolutely. I have a brain that fires continuously, and if I'm relaxing, sometimes it's not too bad. I can relax and just jot some ideas down. But once I start the project, I have to finish it. So, for example, if I'm the part 8 of Ashes of Reality, Friday. It's Friday. All I did was that. I wrote it. I didn't like it. I redid it, and I still don't like it. And I've been playing around with it, messing around with it. But I was on it all day. And then you look and you think, oh, all I've done all day is this. But yeah, we're getting there. I think with anything, specifically anything like YouTube or creativity, you got to be prepared for the long run. You got to be in it for the long run. Pretty much anything. There are no quick wins in life. So make sure what you're doing, you enjoy it. If you enjoy doing it, you'll keep doing it. And if it's going to give you some reward in the long run, eventually it will. Starting to plan and format a 12,000 word essay. Oh, I don't like the word essay. Makes it sound too much like work. Maybe if you just change the word, 12,000 word story, 12,000 word discovery. I don't know, something interesting. Doesn't sound so bad. I worked on a programming project for 2 days. Restaurant, yeah, agreed. You do need a recharge. Your brain does need to recharge. A different drink? No, always it's either coffee or the famous vitamin C drink. I actually don't drink alcohol. I haven't drunk alcohol for over 35 years, so I don't actually drink alcohol. Vitamin C drink, absolutely. But my downfall is coffee, of course. I drink way too much coffee. Vitamin C drink, yes. Just water, put a tablet in, have vitamin C, have one of those a day, every day. Yeah, coffee is the downfall. But hey, it's got antitoxin. Coffee is the downfall. Yes, often we can just, I can go for a day without drinking anything but coffee and realize I haven't drunk any water. So fortunately, I have a habit of having a vitamin C drink every day. So I need to figure out how to export animations properly. I guess it depends where you're exporting them from and where to. I drink coffee from all over the world, yeah. Coffee is our friend. Of course it is. Yeah, something like Blender to Xbox or S and box Unity. I'm not sure what that is. Now I need some coffee. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have coffee after this. Don't worry about that. And I can have coffee before I go to bed. It doesn't bother me. You don't give that up. I don't drink tea anymore. You know what I'm going to ask? Go ahead and ask. I don't mind. How am I getting on with the book? Yes, I'm getting through it. It's really interesting. Completely different to what I've read before. So yeah, really nice. I'm getting through it. I am getting through it. I'm doing chapters, and what I'm doing is I'm cheating because I'm putting each and every bit into Google Speech to have it read it to me. I find that the best way for me. Believe it or not, I don't actually read books as such. Everything for me is audio or visual. Everything. I had some work to do today. Always work. Someone sent me this big long post that I had to go over, and I just straight away just put it straight into Google, the Google Speech thing. I don't know what it's called, and it reads it to you. You can choose a nice voice, and it reads it to you. So you don't have to read it. I'm an auditory learner. I learn through order. Some people are visual learners. I'm definitely an audio learner. When I listen, I tend to retain more information. Some people will read and retain information visually, and it'll get into their part of the brain that retains information a lot easier. For me, 100% is listening, audio, to hit my audio processing center so that it can head straight to my prefrontal cortex, process the information, and then push it straight back into the hippocampus and store it there. And that works so much better for me. Yes, me too. Me too, Jeanette. That's why. That's why I'm so creative. That's why I can't stop creating. That's why I can't stop listening to things. But thank goodness for Google Speech. That's all I can say. Thank goodness for Google Speech. A small paragraph, no problem. If someone sends you a big thing you got to read, throw that into Google Speech. Thank you so much. I've written more books than I've read. Yeah, definitely. Who's text to speech, read and write? Yeah, it's magic. Magic is unbelievable. So good. Yeah, one of the best. I used to have this one on there. I don't have it anymore. You had to subscribe to it monthly, and you could literally any words you had on the screen, you could just highlight and press a button, it would read it for you. But then Google Speech is just copy and paste, so it's no brainer. Oh, yeah. I notice in all mythology lore they have werewolves stronger than vampires, kind of like a balance of entity. Yeah. For me personally, I always wanted to create the rock, paper, scissors. I really wanted to have that. I didn't want to have one that can defeat everything. Everyone should be defeatable. So we had the werewolf, which can destroy the vampire. You know, we've seen that in some other movies as well. But there is you can go back in time and watch, even though it's like a comedy type thing, it still has the main characters of Lon Chaney and Bela Lugosi. You see the werewolf, was it Bela Lugosi or John Carradine? Can't remember. But anyway, the werewolf destroys Dracula. You know, it's an older movie. I'm sure it's Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, meet the Mummy. I don't know what it was. But I really wanted to have that rock, paper, scissors effect. And for me, one of my favorite mythological characters is the werewolf, as explained before. Although I love the vampire, because for me, when we talk about vampire, I like the vampire Dracula, the original Dracula, that dark in the cobwebs and just sneaks around. I love that. That's why I made my elders move into shadow, you know, something different. So the werewolf defeat the vampire, but then we introduced, which I didn't in Ashes of Reality, the undead. So when I thought about it, I thought, well, if there was what is the undead zombie in predominantly most movies? It's carrying a virus. What is a werewolf? Is really originally a man transformed into a beast. So if it bit the undead, surely it catches the virus and then turns back into the man, but turns into a zombie instead. Yeah. Yes. So there's a rock, paper, scissors. That's why I did it the way I did it. Yes, I remember the Abbott and Costello with Dracula, Werewolf, and Frankenstein. I love those. Yes, so good. They're comedies. Who doesn't love Abbott and Costello? So good. But then introduce those classic monsters. And Ivory Bow. Good evening, my friends. Great to see you from Colorado, USA. Welcome to Sunday Night in the Shadows. Great to have you here. Great to have you here. Glad you're moving. Yeah, we're looking forward to more of winter stuff. More winter. Absolutely, yes. Well, I've left winter out of Ashes, so he's not going to be in it. Maybe see there's the memory of him, but he's not going to come into that story. He's not going to be in it as a person, as such, because I don't want him just to be the trump card. You know, the everybody's dying. Let's bring in winter. I didn't want to do that. He have his own thing to do. And then, for example, Ashes of Reality, we want the story to evolve as it's evolving. I'm not going to say any more than that, but yes, but winter will be back when we've completed the Ashes of Reality. We just need to complete this series, and he will be back. Do not worry. Poor Winter. He is off fighting some interdimensional creature, no doubt, but he will be back. And able to actually move Mira in the direction that Winter was originally done. I don't know if anyone picked that up, whether you have watched and remember Crimson Dawn, whether you picked up the whole connection, because Winter in the first season was pretty much ready to kill everybody. I don't know if anyone picked it up, but in the first season, Winter was about to kill the survivors. He dropped the undead. He's about to just like wipe everybody out. He's going to wipe everyone out. But he has that change. Someone enacts something in him and he's able to get a bit of humanity. And then we came back to Mira and she did the same thing. Yes, hopefully you picked that up. Anyway, Winter is raising children from it. Nice. On a dragon. Winter is raising, excuse me, children with Serana, and an alternative is on a dragon. That done. What do you think of cryptids here in the US? We have Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Dogman, and others here. What's your take on them? I love watching them. When I have a short amount of time, like 30 minutes or something, I'm not doing anything, and have the TV in front of me, I will always go to YouTube and put on something of Bigfoot, of all the myths. Yes, I love watching these. I do love watching them. I do love watching them. So yes, I am a big fan. I'm a big fan. I'm from North Carolina, down in the southwestern Alpacian Mountains. Nice. Emerald Spider. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. On a dragon, of course. With a Burger King. My goodness, we are literally creating, I don't know, godlike characters, double levels up. We love the way you're immersed in your characters the same way. Yes, I am. I think you have to be. I think if you're creating something with characters, you've got to love the characters. You've got to get deep within them. Otherwise, your stories are just bland. The last one I put out was part 6, Ashes of Reality, where Mira finds the pup, obviously making simulations between Crimson Dawn. But in that one, I spoke earlier, it took me so many takes to get that right because I felt it wasn't. And it wasn't right because of the connection with the character wasn't quite right. And I feel if you watch it now, I feel the connection is great. The problem we have is we don't have actors to simulate the emotion that the characters are feeling. So we have to try and use imagery, maybe some music. I use the imagery and music to try and simulate that emotion. And I think it worked really well. For the baddest one as a protagonist. Yes, definitely. And I have Sasquatch in the forest behind my house. They drive my dog crazy. Nice. I have a nurse where it looks like Serana. I showed you. She's now hooked too. Nice. Good. Or perhaps Serana prefers McDonald's. My goodness. Tartan Mystic. Hello, it's a long time no see. Tartan Mystic. I haven't seen you on here for a while. So great to see you today. Missed a lot of your work. Moved Mum in with me and been getting the place kitted out for a wild pensioner. Nice. Hope to be about more now. Mum's settled. Excellent. It's lovely to see you, and hopefully we can see you a bit more. It'd be great. KFC does the best chips. Nice. I told you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which direction you go. You always end up with food. It always goes in that direction. Cypherus to show up and crush the walls. I love Cypherus. Yes, that would be great. Unfortunately, it's not in this. It's not in this one. It's not in this one. But you will. I know you're a fan of Cypherus, and we will see more of him. Do not worry, because it's such a great character, isn't it? Sephiroth is such a great character because he's beyond what the elders are. So yes, he's such a great character for me to develop and play with. That was another one of those times when I had to get the character right. There's quite a few times I fought with him quite a lot. So I fight with him. It's real. The fight is real with these characters, because if they don't feel right, that won't go into the story. I'm not just going to put it out there to get it done. They got to feel right. It's got to gel. It's got to have that feel. Otherwise, one of the great things I think about doing this, for me personally, is I don't need to do it. I do it because I enjoy doing it, and I want to see the result. As creators, if ask anyone that writes or creates, they want to see the story how they want to see it. And if it doesn't gel right, they're not going to. Certainly, I'm not going to put it out. I'm going to fight with the character to find out a better way. Definitely, he is deaf. He is deaf. Best to you. You're welcome. It is great. Yes, that's the thing. I mean, we have so many great characters. And I asked this question a couple of weeks back. And that was because obviously if you go to the channel, it is the problem with YouTube. It's not like a catalogue of your stories. You can put playlists, but it's quite messy, I feel. I've been looking into is there a way to tidy it up? If anyone knows, let me know. From phase through the zombies, yes, and move through shadows, blink of an eye. Cool ability to have. Yes, that's their rock, paper, scissor ability, isn't it? Yes, they must be able to defeat the undead. I thought that because in older stories, the vampires are undead as well, aren't they? It's just that they're at that next level, next stage. They're a spirit inhabiting some body. Yeah. If you used all our ideas, we'd be opening a chip shop. I wondered if your daughter or family child was reading the shadow or either. Yes, it was my daughter. It was my daughter. Kyra is her name, and she read it, and I think she did a really good job. So we will have to get her to do some more. That's what it means. That's what I said to her. I said, if people like it, you'll have to do some more for us. So I'm sure she will. She enjoyed it as well. She had fun. It's great. She's only 12. She'll be 13 this year, but she's only 12 now. And to be able to confidently narrate is great. Teaching a valuable skill, yes. Yes, I mean, like I say, I work. My primary job is working to help others develop confidence. And so obviously it's something I've worked with her a lot, so hopefully that shows through. You've brought darkly interesting characters to life. Do any of them stalk you in your dreams and nightmares? No, I do fight with them. I do fight with them a lot. Definitely fight with them a lot. And to create them in the right way is a fight. It is a fight. Very good. Thank you, my friend. How do you find Anne Rice's view on vampires? They would never leave a drop of blood. Some writers and creators have vamps with blood still on their chins. Yeah, well, in reality, even though it's not reality, I hate that saying. In reality, when we're not talking of reality, but if you were to truly drink the blood will be everywhere. Unless your mouth covered the whole incision to drink it. Especially when we bite into the carotid artery. That would spill a fair amount of blood. So I do like the ones where you see the images and they're like they are, yeah, they got that horrible mouth and teeth, and they got blood all over them. I think that's more, yeah, that's more, a bit more realistic and horrible. And I don't like the vampires that are nice, even though I put some nice vampires in mine. You know, I put Veyron and Ilaria. I don't like them when they're like too nice. That's what they did in Blade 2, yeah. It's their life source. I'd never leave a drop. And then go and have a big meal, I don't know, with lots of barbecue sauce and, I don't know, some ketchup and all this, and then you eat some, you're going to get bits on you, right? I certainly do. And chicken and barbecue sauce is my life sauce, so. It's a complex, and I would love to know more. Yes, this was great. That's what's great about having these characters, is that you can just, once you develop a character, you introduce new characters, and you think, okay, I can develop this character more. What can we do with that? Can we do a backstory? Can they go off and do their own thing? We literally just did it with the Tale of Eliza. So that was great. Movie, barbecued stained shirt. Yes, definitely. Mirror is quite scary. Yes. Life sauce. Absolutely. Barbecue sauce. Humans cannot drink blood. So much reject it like a projectile. It's quite messy. We'll wait till next Sunday. I might be late singing in church Sunday. Shelley, it was lovely to see you, and we will see you next week. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Each one can have their own stories. Yes, absolutely. The original vampire in The Mummy had a mouth that resembled the alien in Predator. Huh. Can't see many drops being left. That kind of, yeah. Yeah, because obviously in some of the older movies, you know, they're drained of every drop of blood and there's no blood anywhere. So they do feast and consume their life source. Maybe one day go into Mirror and Winter more to explain exactly what they are, why they can do what they do. Yeah, we sort of do. So we did it with Winter, definitely. And I don't know what episode it was in. I don't want to give too much away, but it's because of the experimentation that Simon Winter was doing on trying to cure Alzheimer's. And what he was able to do was enhance the cognitive load and accelerate parts of the brain. So that's what happened. No problem. Thank you, Janet, for joining us. Appreciate it. Yeah. I remember when Winter went the afterlife world. Yeah. Yes, definitely. That was great. I really like that part. I really like that was one of the great ones, which is we struggle with just narration. Whereas obviously if we had actors, then they can show emotion. And that was a great part when he's walking. And you know, I come up with that whole idea, you know, the lights, you know, everyone in, say, when they have an out of body experience, they see the light and they walk towards the light. And then when they reach it, they go wherever they're going to go. So we had Winter, didn't we? Walking, there was just this light and he was totally controlled, moving towards the afterlife. But then because he was so evolved, he was able to stop him and he just stopped. And that was the point where if you had like the movie or the actor, that they would stop and you would see their expression on their face. Yes. And that would have the emotion of being able to stop what no one else could. And that for me was a great part. Yes. Sorry. Excited about that. If I come to North Carolina in summer, we have cook-offs. People compete for prize. Nice. Definitely. Like he's kind of a Tony Stark kind of character, powerful in the background. Also just when you don't expect it. Yes. Essentially older than humanity. I think you hinted at that. Yeah, like, yeah, I that was another nice bit. It's great. Thank you for pointing these out. These are great scenes that that behind the scenes did actually take quite a bit of effort. So it's nice that you're noticing these. I appreciate that. And what I wanted to do was have like where we saw the old pictures and they're going back and going back and going back. Oh, we have this story. And I go, oh, we have one even older. Oh, and there's one even older. And we're going back in time. And I actually got that. There's a movie called Quatermass and the Pit. It's a Hammer film. And they do that and they're searching the archives for like these ghost sightings, and they go, oh, and then we got an older one, and I sort of used that scene there to illustrate that character. That was good. History we can read. Which is nice, yeah. I think they did a similar thing in It, where they research Pennywise and they go back and back and back. That was awesome. What would happen if Cypherus met the Lord Jesus? Who would win in a fight? Oh my goodness. Quite mess of pit, hurt my heart. Yeah, so you remember that scene, right? That scene where they're researching the archives, and then he goes, oh, we go back to St. Paul's, or I can't remember where, to somewhere, and they find this old one, and then one in Latin, and they can't speak Latin. Yes. Yeah, such a great part. It's a great movie. I have the Quatermass and the Pit on Blu-ray, and it's such a good watch. Yeah. Let's keep Fresh online for another hour. Oh my goodness. Jesus is King. Amen. What do you think of the vampire woman encouraging League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? I have watched it. It's been a while since I've watched it, and I honestly don't remember. The character that stood out for me, thinking back, was probably the Dorian Gray character, and he sort of had something with that vampire woman, right? Can't remember much of the movie, to be honest with you. Perfect sci-fi movie. It has it all. Yes, it does have it all. Quatermass in the Pit, because the aliens are seen as goblins, like creatures, aren't they? And they're the ghosts that they're seeing. So it's got that ghosty type thing in it as well. That was good. Bangalore, another excellent movie. Yes. My above question is over 2 comments. You don't jump to me, and I hit send by mistake. My above question. Sorry. Do you think it's important to give each vampire a history with a view? Yes, I think so. I don't think every single one, but definitely the main characters we can have a history, so we can do a backstory with. So yes, I'd like to do some backstories, some other backstories on characters. There don't seem to be too many high quality vampire movies or books lately. Yeah, I'm the same, because we look for something to watch, and there's absolutely nothing new that I'd want to see. What did we put on? We put on a new one called Smile 2. We watched Smile 1. I didn't really like it. Then but Smile 2 came up. Okay, we're going to sit and watch Smile 2. I turned it off in half an hour. Just didn't want to watch it. Not my thing. Maybe a great movie, I don't know, but I didn't really want to watch it. I'm still trying to figure it out if the elders are good guys, or they're so self-centered and hungry that they forget they were once human. Yes, I tried to make the elders like pretty much intellectual, supernatural. If you're an intellectual, smart, you will do what it takes to survive. And if that means siding and finding a food source that can sustain you, you're going to do that. So does that mean they're good or bad? I suppose, like the human race, there is bad and good. To remake Blade. Yeah, I saw they put that off. They're not making Blade. Captures the purest essence of family, the deathless who will never be like us. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I tried to make it like that. Someone's own video was, yes. I think for me, even though I think that backstory of Serana and then Elder were the most popular videos I've had, not in terms of numbers. I've had videos do much more numbers, but in terms of like retention and numbers and the overall amount of people that joined the channel because of those, and the amount it was watched. Yeah, so they were really good stories to work with. And so I love working with Serana. She's a great character to create from. Serana and Elder are two great characters to create from. But because I've done quite a bit with them, I'd like to work on someone else and then bring them in maybe later. I'll have to watch Blade remake. Yeah, I don't know, Blade without Wesley Snipes. I don't know. I think Wesley Snipes is Blade, isn't he? Yes, he was in Deadpool. But I don't know if you could make a Blade without Snipes. I don't know. Maybe. Good. And on this note, I'm going to I've run out of drink, so it must be coffee time. Yeah, we watched Deadpool 3. That was actually funny. So, and Snipes was Deadpool in that. Deadpool, Blade in that. So that was good. Yeah, fun. Keanu Reeves is in a new vampire movie that's coming out soon. That looks promising. Yes, we need someone to pick up a decent vampire story and not make it, lovey-dovey, not make it happy, but actually explore what the vampire truly is. I think that would be interesting. Went to Velvet. Yeah, nice. We're going to use Rashida Ali, another good actor, and Wesley Snipes was training him. All right. Dracula. Oh, Dracula. It's actually Dracula. I think Dracula needs to be redone. I know it's been redone a million times. I think it could be redone so well. It could be done. You have Dracula as the character, like a Sithras type character, And you got a banger. You got a banger. So I've learned so much doing Bram Stoker's Dracula. I'll definitely look out for that. And yes. Yeah. As long as they don't kill his dog, he'll be fine. And on that note, I really do have to shoot off, guys. So thank you so much for joining me this evening. And I will be back next week. And hopefully we can continue. So Christopher Lee to do Dracula in the later years of his life would have been, my goodness. I could only dream of that. That's like the ultimate. Imagine Christopher Lee in his late years playing Dracula as he wanted to play. The film would have been amazing. But we never got it. Yes. And on that note, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. I know you're going to keep asking questions. We're going to have to go. Yeah, we're going to keeping me online, but I do need to go. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I will be working on the next parts of Ashes of Reality. Part 7 is done. Just need to edit. And part 8 is done. I need to rewrite. Thank you so much, my friends. Take care. And I will be seeing you very soon.